Let's go. Hold on. Okay, buddy? Here we go. Let's go. Perfect. Mexicans, what's going on? What's how we doing? How we feeling? Are we good today? I'm coming in loud and clear, am I? Can we hear me? Can we see me? Let me know. Let me know. Thanks for the likes, guys. Let's get to 10,000 today, if I stay long enough. But I'm good, right? Yes, thank you. Good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right, what's up? How we doing? How we feeling? What kind of day are we having? Boy, can you not drink so loudly? Thank you. You gonna make these people think that I don't give you enough water. Damn. He went to the dog park today. He's super thirsty, and I just kind of spread a bunch of treats on the ground for him. So he's having fun. He's like swimming in it right now. But what's up, though? How we doing? How we feeling? No sound. You can't hear me? Hold on. I should be good on all ends right here. I should be good. I should be good. There we go. Excellent. All right. So you guys know what I'm here for. It is I, your favorite scientist. I'm the guy you come to ask all questions pertaining to dating, relationships, all that good stuff. Any questions you have, ask away. I'll do my best to answer. Bro, I was literally going over the interview and the notification popped up. That's good. Studying your spare time. That's good. Checking in. What's going on, brothers? How you doing, man? Brothers 12. Been a while. Where you been? I don't think I've seen you in the last few lives. To be fair, I've missed a few, but, you know, election period, things get a little interesting around here. By the way, how do we all feel about the elections and how that happened? Let me temperature check what's going on in the comments right now. Who's happy Trump won? Who's sad Trump won? Tell me your general, feelings about the matter. I want to know. I'm very curious. I want to know. How do you feel? I'm not saying what do you think, by the way. I'm saying how do you feel? I'm asking that specifically. I want to know what the emotion you feel is right now. Are you feeling good, hopeful, safe, uncertain, confident? What do you feel? Always get roasted in here. It's good learning. Yes, gotta get roasted by the boys sometimes. I'm happy Kamala lost. Fair. Happy and hopeful. Okay. What's going on, San Andreas? How you doing? All right, that's interesting. Honestly, expected it to happen. Voted for Kamala because I liked her policies better. Type. Okay. Interesting. I've always said, I feel the world is safer on a global police that America wants. Or okay, that's an interesting way to put it. Yeah. As in seeing Trump like the enforcer. Yeah, that's actually true to some degree. What's going on, Profilo? Welcome. There would be less chaos now that Trump won. What are your thoughts, Jace? I pretty much feel the same way. I think Trump definitely brings a little levity to the whole situation. I think people are scared of him. And sometimes you need a pit bull in there. America was going down the everyone's laughing at us, disrespecting us path. And now there's someone in there that will instill fear in the rest of the world. That's good. That's necessary. And I think a lot of people Don't value how necessary that is until it's too late. It's important to have someone like that, like a rabid dog in there from time to time. Now, is he unpredictable? Yes. Does he have the capacity to do some things that we may not like? Sure. But I think long term, the pros outweigh the con, in my opinion. They do. Do you think Trump is pretending to play as an idiot? No, I think he's just a convicted man. Like, conviction is a very important thing for men to have, first of all. But second of all, most people don't know what conviction looks like because most people don't have conviction in anything. So when there's a man that is completely obsessed with an idea, everyone else calls him crazy. That's usually what happens. Trump is just a guy that has a very laser-focused way of going about doing things. And that's the truth because you saw that guy get clipped in the ear and he popped back up talking about some fight. So that's an honest reaction. Hey, buddy, want to say hi to everybody? That's an honest reaction. You can't fake that. That guy was staring mortality in the face, and that was his reaction. So no, I don't think he's playing around. I don't think he's playing a role or anything. I think he genuinely believes in what he's trying to do. You don't have to believe in it, but it's good to know that the guy in there actually believes in what he's talking about, right? You want the person selling you Kool-Aid to be the one also drinking it. It's important. That's why in the Last Supper, Jesus said, "This is my body broken for you. Drink of this cup. This is my blood to show the New Testament, the covenant in my name," right? Do ye as often as you do this in remembrance of me. But he ate of the body and he drank of the blood first. It's important. People trust you when you drink from the cup first. That's why people trust Trump. Hey, what's going on, Casanova? How we doing? Let me join. You're already here. I got a lot to say today. Go for it, man. Go for it. Jace, you said us, as in U.S.? Yeah, like America. LMAO, and now we look even more desperate. America? Looking more desperate with Trump? Nah. I mean, in the last 24 hours, he's gotten congratulations from everyone from Xi Jinping to fucking Vladimir Putin. If anything, America has a little more respect now. I miss you too, Mafta. How you been, man? How you been, Asami? You ain't Nigerian no more? What the hell? Where'd that come from? Of course I'm Nigerian. Oh, that's a cool hat. Thank you. Everyone will live to regret Trump being elected. It will not end well. It didn't end that bad in the last 4 years he was president. Like, let's put things into perspective. Let's not, get too sidetracked. When he was in office the first 4 years, nobody went into slavery. Nobody went to hell. It's fine. The worst he can do is nothing. That's the way I see it. The worst Trump can do is nothing. So we'll be all right. We'll be fine. Let's see. Good point indeed. Fidel Castro had conviction. Yes, he did. And he was also called crazy. Let's see. Yeah, after that he won. Yeah, after he got clipped on the ear, that was when he won. I called it back then. I said, dude, I don't care who they put in front of him. He's won already. Because I just made a video talking about this, by the way. If you guys want to go watch that real quick. It's a rather long one. It's like 7 minutes, but I literally talk about this at length. I'm like, he won when he got clipped in the ear and popped back up and said fight. That was the winning move right there. Because that was when he got to show who he honestly is more than anyone else they could have put in front of him. That's just the truth. Unless Biden or Harris was okay with getting clipped in the ear themselves, that they were not going to win this. Neither of them were. It is what it is. Saddam Hussein had conviction. Yes, he did too. And the funny thing is, these are people you're mentioning as, I'm guessing, an American person, that honestly, when you look at their stories, when you look at what they actually were, they weren't as, how do I say this? They did a lot of bad things, obviously, but these people weren't as bad as people, made them out to be. Like, the people that America tends to villainize aren't always the villain. And I feel like the average American doesn't know that. America is very self-interested as a country, and it needs to be, because America kind of relies on, other countries to exist. So when they make the leader of another country that they need to extract something from the bad guy, you know, American people have to go along with it because that's how propaganda works. But do your research, man. Do your research. Why would these people just hate America? Like, come on. That's not how human beings work. That's not real life. In real life, people only do things when there's some kind of self-interest or benefit from it. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, do your own research. Just do your own research. Bro, ever since my girl and I split up, I get less birds. That's funny. Pre-selection was working in your favor. Now it's not. It is what it is. Go get more girls. You know. Jace, happy to see you. For real, damn, Mr. Teacher. Type shit, I'm back. Do you girls obsess... What girls? Obsess over the one guy that can be tamed to try and change him? Oh, I know what you mean. Yes, they do. That's the guy they want. The guy they want is the guy they can't tame. They'll never say it like that, but, you know, that is essentially what they're going after. Right, shit wasn't that bad. People definitely overreacting just a bit. Just a bit? Just a bit? Yes, you're very right. It wasn't that bad with Trump in the first 4 years, first of all. But the overreaction is very funny to me. I'm trying to have grace. I'm a Christian man, so I'm always going to have, like... I have a mandate to see a piece of God in other people and to remember that by God's grace, they too can, you know, see the light and, you know, become reasonable people. But it's very interesting to watch people be unreasonable, right? I have to admit, it's very entertaining when people do and say things that don't really make sense, but they feel that way. You know, emotion is a powerful thing. It's a strong thing. They feel that way. And they say whatever and they do whatever and they react in any way. I'm sure you've all seen that one video of the one chick that's like screaming in front of her car steering wheel. Very funny. Very funny. I feel sorry for her because she's made a hell in her own mind that she can't escape from. You know, whatever consequence that she thinks is going to happen is just not real. It really isn't. But she's probably convinced herself that it is. And now she's suffering from the consequences of her own mind. It's a very weird way to live, but it is what it is. Jace, can you take me to your level of game? Be careful what you wish for. That was Sage. No bullet hit his ear. Listen, man. I understand it. I get, you know, the need to try to discredit that, but anyone that actually knows how pew-pews work and how bullets travel through the air knows that that's not fake. It would be easier to just hit the guy than graze him. For anyone that actually knows how pew-pews work, right? That can't be staged. No, there's no sniper in the world good enough to just graze a target that small from that far away. It doesn't exist. And even if that did exist, I promise you that person isn't doing that job. Too many risks involved, right? It's not going to be a high school student that was in a few BlackRock commercials. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Again, let's be objective. Let's look at the facts. Let's see things for what they are. Reality is right in front of us. Okay. Let's see. The case of Balthazar, I just think he did nothing wrong. I don't think he necessarily did anything wrong either. That's why I'm very impressed by what he did. If anything, the only thing he did wrong was he was a self-serving bastard that decided he needed evidence for all these escapades. That was his downfall. He could have easily gotten away with it if he just didn't have the need to record it all the time. You know, or hide it better. So I keep telling you guys, if you have videos like that you want to keep safe, external hard drives, external SD cards. You know, don't keep them in a device. Keep them in an external storage device that you can hide somewhere, like in empty vacuum bags. Hush, hush. Let's see. Saddam Hussein sure killed a man in his own country. I'm sure the guys who used nukes ate lion. You get the point. Love bombing, do you have to keep it going till... No. Like, it's really just a front-end thing, just to get past the defenses. If you thought you heard people when no one's around, would you be worried? No, not really. You'd be surprised how many things are around you at all times, even when you think you're alone. So, nah, I wouldn't be worried at all. Even Gaddafi too. Evil him for giving his country free social services and monetary benefits. Gaddafi's probably the saddest of all those stories, to be honest. Gaddafi was like legitimately a dope leader, like an amazing leader for his people. But he went a step too far. You know, he wanted to essentially topple the petrodollar single-handedly. Not that he even wanted to do that. Like, that's the worst part about Gaddafi. He didn't even, it wasn't like he was doing it maliciously against America. He just thought to himself, well, if I do this, it'll be better for my people. And he was right. He was right. A lot of leaders in the world that would be able to do certain things that would just benefit their people more. But they can't because America kind of just like looms over their heads. So they can't. So, you know, it is what it is. But Gaddafi didn't deserve to die, man. He didn't. Gaddafi was a good dude. I could say that definitively. But propaganda is an amazing thing, right? So they make him out to be this evil tyrant. He's not. He wasn't. Let's see. Samson, Adam, King Solomon. What are we talking about? To convince them of letting them film the nefarious activities, should you use her phone? No, you just tell her you're going to record it and set your phone up. A lot of people like to complicate the whole recording thing. Just set your phone up, literally. And if you want to be a hard ass about it, and she goes, no, you can't. And you go, oh, okay. Then you take your phone off and you put your pants back on and you walk out. Or kick her out, depending on, you know, where you're doing your thing. But again, it really should be something that you're just able to whip out and do. That's how it should feel. That's how it should do. Most women don't really care. If they like you enough, they'll let you do whatever. Like, trust me, recording you and her doing whatever is like the least of their problems. They don't care. They'll make you and let you do a lot more than that. It's really not that big a deal. How do I deal with shame of my past? You don't. You let it go. You don't deal with that. You first forgive yourself. If you feel shame and guilt in your past, it's because of the way you're interpreting what it is you did and what it means, right? So shame and guilt are very interesting emotions because you're just gonna stretch on me, buddy. Shame and guilt are interesting emotions because they're self-made, they're self-inflicted pain. Does that make sense? You can only feel guilty or shame about anything, guilt or shame about anything, when you've allowed yourself to interpret those things you did as one, bad, and two, reflective of who you are. All right. So if you're wondering how there's people on the planet that just go around being completely evil and can still sleep well at night, it's because they're doing one of two things. One, they're interpreting what they're doing in their mind as good. They're finding a way to justify or rationalize it as good. Or two, even if they acknowledge that the things they did were bad, they still find a way to rationalize that they did those things for the right reasons. Right? Or three, if at all there's a need for this, maybe the thing they did was so heinous, and they can't deny that what they did was bad, they'll find a way to separate and dissociate themselves from the evil. So they'll go, I'm not an evil person for doing that. I'm a good person doing something evil. Does that make sense? Now, I'm not saying that that's necessarily what you have to do. I'm just saying, understand that what we feel guilt around and shame around are usually just self-inflicted, and they're very objective. You can very easily reinterpret those things in your mind. Like, if you're willing to share, I'll literally do that for you right now, and you'll see how easy it is. Like, literally tell me the thing you're feeling so much shame about in the past, and I will, like that, right now, completely eradicate it from your mind. I can do that for you right now, free of charge. You know, it's very easy. And again, I'll do it in a way where you don't have to, like, still carry any burden of guilt about, oh, I think I'm a bad person for thinking this way. Like, no, it'll be very easy. In fact, most of the time, the thing people feel the most guilty about isn't even that bad. It really isn't as bad as you think it is. Not to mention, and this is the part that people keep forgetting, the guilt and the shame you feel about anything are nothing but weights on your mind. They do nothing but hold you back, hold you down, right? And you need to move forward to make progress, to become a better man than you were. How can you do that if you're still busy beating up yourself for what you did in the past? You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, let me know if you're willing to share. People don't read carefully. Solomon's problem was he worshipped their gods, not having a lot of women. Oh, yeah, what he's talking about is King Solomon. A lot of people shame, Christians especially, shame King Solomon for having multiple women. God never minded Solomon having multiple women. God's only thing was don't marry the women from outside of your land because they come with foreign gods. And he ended up falling for that trap. That's why God was pissed with Solomon, is that he married a foreign woman and the condition to marry her was to worship her God, and he did. That was what made God pissed. Like, the whole multiple women thing is so interesting because monogamy pretty much doesn't even exist throughout the Bible. Like, think about the context of when the Bible was written and when all those stories happened. You know, monogamy was not the default setting for relationships. It's really never been. The world has existed for, according to scientists, millions of years. Monogamy has existed for what, about 400-500 years total? So it's not. It's like a speck of dust in the sands of time. It's really not normal for us to be that way, but you know, civilization demands it. Not that I agree with that, but hey, if that's what you choose, that's what you choose. I ain't mad at that. But for the Christians out there that wonder if God is mad at them if they have more than one woman in their life, trust me, you're fine. All the prophets and not all the prophets, but a good majority of the prophets and the kings that God worked with or used personally in the Bible, I have multiple women. King Solomon himself was the son of King David. King David had multiple women, most of which were wives that he inherited from the previous king, King Saul. People don't talk about that. I don't know why people don't talk about that. He had so many wives from King Saul, but apparently he was either tired of them or they were too old for him, something, which is why he ended up falling into sin with Bathsheba, right? And the sin with her, again, wasn't even that he wanted Bathsheba, but the sin with her was that he slew her husband to get her. That was the sin, right? To cover up the fact that he had gotten her pregnant. You know, if you want to get technical with it, which is why God took away that baby. And yes, God was pissed. He was like, that baby ain't surviving. The baby went away. But later down the line, Bathsheba ends up becoming the mother of King Solomon. People don't even know that. You know, but whatever. Just a question, what do you think about North Korea? It's an interesting social experiment. That's how I see North Korea. It really is. It's a very interesting social experiment. What happens when you put people in 2024, but you don't give them any of the perks of being in a modern world 2024? And that's what you have. Now, do I agree with it? Absolutely not. I think those people have a right to, you know, information and education and all that. I really do think it's one of the craziest ways to paralyze someone in this world today is to keep information away from them. For sure. Like, that's a messed up thing to do. And the fact that entire system runs on essentially like it's like a monarchy almost. Like it's like just family run. There's a royal family. I mean, they're not going to call it that, but that's essentially what's going on. The current guy up there, what's his name, Kim Jong-un, is a descendant of all the other North Korean leaders before him. So it's a backwards world over there, man. It's weird. Jace, you play football, the proper one? Yes, I do. I'm Nigerian. I don't have a choice. So is a USB a good way to keep it? You can use a USB. As long as it's an external form of storage, you're fine. You know, as long as the thing you're keeping it in doesn't have a screen. That's the rule. If it has a screen, don't use it. Or, you know, if it has a touch screen, maybe you want to use that as the barrier to entry. But yeah, as long as no one can interact with it, even if they had it, unless they plug it into something else, it's probably a good way to go. Let's see. I got back. Oh, thanks for the 2K likes, guys. I appreciate that. I got back from a date 3 hours ago. It's a girl I've been seeing for a while. And recently all the universities in our country called us in, and we haven't gotten to that yet. Why not? Why not? What's going on? Why you may ask is because, okay, he's answering. I was distracted with the other one, and now I've lost two of them. I thought it's time to focus on this one, so my plan was to do it today, but she resisted. I didn't push any further. How should I go about it after? I think you've lost both of them. I want to know why you hyper-focused on the one and then completely ignored the other one. That's what I want to know. I'm not worried about you losing both of them. I want to know why you hyper-focused on the one and why you're now running to the second one as like some kind of weird preliminary backup. What's going on there? Because I bet you whatever way you tried to approach her reeked of that desperation to get that backup going. I promise you that's what happened, which is why she rejected you. But I want to know, why couldn't you juggle both? What's going on there? Hi, Jace. I want to ask, what is your take on polygamy in the African context? It's the same way I think about polygamy in the Western context or the Asian context. Like, I don't think about it like it's a cultural thing. I think about it like it's a biological thing. You know, our best strategy to employ as men for survival replication and to pass our genes on to the next generation is to lay your eggs in multiple baskets. Pun intended. You know, so that's really it. It's just it's biology and math for me. I really don't care about the context it's done in. Oh, it's Africans doing. Oh, it's Arabs doing. I don't give a fuck. Spread your seed. Go ye therefore and multiply. That's the point. How do you get over FOMO? You expose to yourself what exactly you're so scared of missing out on. Like, the reason you have FOMO is because you genuinely feel a sense of urgency towards whatever that thing is, that person, that experience, whatever. If you peel back the layers of whatever that thing or person is, you very quickly realize they're not worth feeling anxious over. You won't die if you missed out on that opportunity. You really won't. Nothing bad will happen, right? That's how you get over FOMO, is you realize that you probably would have a lot more fun being by yourself anyway than worrying about that thing or person. That's really it. FOMO's, honestly, if you have FOMO, it's probably a sign that you, one, don't do too well with anxiety, and two, you're probably a boring person. You're not that interesting. You don't have hobbies that you can lean back on and skills that you're learning right now. If you had those things, you wouldn't, not only would you not fear missing out on anything, you wouldn't have the time to indulge in most things. Most things will just feel like a distraction from what you want to actually do. You know, that's how your life should be set up. I've been on Reddit, people are really cutting off their parents because they voted Trump. They even saying they never going to see their grandkids again. Shit's sad, honestly. Listen, man, I don't think those people, like, we can call them illogical, sure. And a lot of them, I would genuinely say, are probably over-medicated. I don't think there's an accident there when you look at the correlation, and you can Google this, between people that are overly medicated and their propensity to lean more liberal with their ideology, right? The left is the people on the left in general spend a lot more on medication. This is facts, by the way. Again, go Google that shit. But especially between the ages of 18 to 25, mind you. You really put the context there. People that young should not be that medicated, but I digress. But yeah, I don't think a lot of them are doing it because they're doing it in their right mind. They're going off of emotion, man. This is how human beings behave when emotion is involved. You gotta let them. You gotta give them the time and the opportunity to just breathe and figure things out on their own. You gotta let people make their mistakes. It is what it is. I feel like everything balanced out with Trump and the Republican majority were healing. Me too. I think America is slowly healing. I do think we still have some work to do in terms of just like getting everyone on the same page, you know? Because as long as there's people that believe that this is a bad thing somehow, that doesn't benefit anybody, you know? Because it's a great thing, I think. But if there's people out there that genuinely believe this is somehow bad, then we're going to make slow progress, you know? But it is what it is. Encrypt the device too, absolutely. But the best encryption is just physically hiding that shit correctly. That's the best encryption. You can go out of your way, password the device, encrypt it, maybe jargon some of the files, whatever. But ultimately, the best, form of defense is the first wall, the first layer of defense, which is where you hide the thing. That's the best idea in my opinion. I've been live not too long, by the way. 10 minutes maybe? Jace, do you believe in love as a feeling? Absolutely. Love is a very real thing. It's a very real feeling. It's potent and it's powerful. It's contagious. I definitely believe in love. I just think love happens on more than one layer at a time. There's love on a spiritual level. There's love on a physical level, biological, and there's love on a psychological level. What we call a soulmate, or that feeling of you found someone that's your person, is really just when you have all the loves in all those different levels aligned, happening at the same time, right? If you have physical love, but psychologically you're not all there and spiritually you're not aligned, you'll have lust. If you have psychological love, but physically it's not all there and spiritually you're not aligned, then you have more of a friendship, right? If you have spiritual life, like philia, as they call it, Greek word, and the physical isn't there and the psychological isn't there, then you're almost family, and that's potent, but it's not romantic, So love, real love, true love happens on all the layers. I'm the guy that teaches you how to get the one on the physical level sorted out, physical and psychological, because you really can't have the psychological usually without sorting out the physical anyway. The biology is important. For an approach in the library, would you treat it as a cold approach? Yeah, unless I frequent that library and I know that girl also comes there often and she's probably used to my face by now. Then I treat it like a warm approach. What makes it a cold versus a warm approach is, have you met that girl before? Is that girl familiar with you to any degree or capacity? Is it a good idea to not take anything girls say seriously or barring the extremes? Yeah, it's a great idea. I actually have a very simple policy surrounding that very thing. It's I don't really take women seriously at all, to be honest. Not even when they're trying to be serious, which is something I've been told it makes me annoying a little bit, but I've always said, when in doubt, lean out, right? If you're worried about what to do in any given moment, most of the time, the vast majority of the time, the correct answer is take it like a joke, don't take it too seriously. One of the laws of the game is the law of expectation. Whatever you expect to happen, happens. And then there's also another law of mirroring. Women mirror you. So if you take it seriously, they take it seriously too. A lot of the time, relationships break down not because something serious actually happened, but because the woman, in pure woman fashion, allowed her emotions to run wild and make something that was a small deal appear to be something serious. And then the man made the mistake of following her into that emotion. All right. I can tell you so many times I could have broken up with any of my girls, and all I had to do was just shut up, and just play it off like it's nothing, because then it becomes nothing. As opposed to now you treat it as seriously as they do. Now, and the beautiful thing about women is they will test you to the nth degree, right? I'll give you an example. Walking, when was it? Halloween. I think it was before Halloween. When I'm walking with my girl on the street, a girl walks by. They're all in Halloween costumes. She's got a fat ass, and her ass is out. Because you know how girls dress during Halloween. I look at it, I nudge my girl, she sees it. My girl does this thing where she's covering my eyes. It's a whole funny thing, it's a joke, blah, blah. We get home, she decides she's feeling a little, insecure about the whole thing. I don't like the fact that you were looking at that, And she was raising her voice a little bit, trying to make it a bigger deal. And immediately I just said, what the fuck are you doing right now? What is this? Are we about to have a fucking back and forth over some random ass we saw on the street that we both laughed at? What are you doing? What is this? Listen, I'm gonna go walk the dog. When I get back, fix your fucking face. And long story short, that's what happened. Because that's how it should be. You shouldn't feed into that and be this is what most guys do, right? they get met with that when a woman is upset about something, and then they try to find a way to fix it. All right, oh no, how do I change my behavior to make you feel better? In doing that, you become the man she doesn't respect anymore. See, so it's a trap, and it's a trap she doesn't even realize she's setting. Like, the women are not doing this to be malicious. They're not doing it because they hate you and they're bad and they want you to not be sexy in their eyes anymore. It's just a part of what they are. You know, a woman's natural job, natural tendency is to test your gangster, to test your masculinity, to test to see if you are indeed the man that she can truly feel safe with. You know, but how can you be the man she can feel safe with if you don't even feel safe within yourself enough to learn to dismiss her when she's making something that's not a big deal a big deal? You know, so keep that in mind. She wasn't close to where I live. You know, it became a long distance thing. You okay, buddy? Became a long distance thing after she moved to another city. Okay. That's where you get more girls, though. Like, it just sounds like you're suffering from a lack of options. Even the fact that you're trying to, like, oh, I need to get these 2 girls back. Like, no. These are girls that you didn't even get naked with. Right? So you didn't even go that far in with these girls. They should be forgotten. Pick up your ball and go home, as they say, right? New girls, go approach. What skills would you say are the most important to learn? I don't know which ones I will call the most important, but you're messing up my camera thing right now. The most important depends on context, right? Like, if you're a fighter, you probably have to learn how to use a jab properly, fundamentally, right? If you're a lawyer, you probably want to get really good at social engineering, so you have the number of every judge in whose court you'll be appearing, so that you'll be looked on a little more favorably. But, you know, I'm just saying it depends on the context. But on a basic level, every man has to have one skill for making money, winning fights, getting girls. That's the 3 things every man thinks they can do, but they can't, right? If you were to objectively look at and measure the ability of most men to do all 3 of these things, most men can't. So have a skill for all 3 and you should be fine. Making money, getting girls, winning fights. Let's see. Yeah, Jace, I'm sure I want to get at your level of game wiseness. I can see that you're a teacher. I take notes when you speak. I mean, sure, it all looks good. Motherfuckers want to be like this, but I don't think you understand how much sacrifice that takes. Most people don't. Again, be careful what you wish for. I wish the UK had a leader like Trump, but I think that's almost impossible. See, I feel for the UK. I really do. Because you guys have a very interesting system there. You have a prime minister, but then you also still have the royal family. And the royal family, for the most part, still runs the show. So, you know, RIP the Queen and all that, but end of the day, nothing will really happen unless that family... How do I say this without sounding creepy? Unless that family's accounted for. All right? Let's see. Can you trust your girlfriend with a secret? I have a better question. Why do you feel the need to tell your girlfriend secrets? They're girlfriends, dude. They're not therapists. All right? I get it. You got to find someone to get it off your chest. Which, by the way, I never understood that. I never understood, like, the urge to tell someone something that is a secret. I don't get that logic. And maybe that's just me not being empathetic enough towards other people and how they view the world. But when I know I have something that I shouldn't tell other people, no one else finds out about it. There's no urge for me I must tell someone this. Nah. No one else knows. The value of a secret and the consequences of telling it and having people find out that you told it are far greater than, you know, anything else. You never want to be the one who has a reputation of not being able to be trusted with a secret. So that's 1. 2, if you have to tell a secret to anyone, why the girlfriend, dude? Like, no, not the girlfriend. What's wrong with you? They're not your therapists. They're girlfriends. Okay? They're not qualified for that. You feel me? Since my first heartbreak, I haven't been able to love that deeply. Why do you think that is? Because you're colder now. It's kind of what comes with it a little bit, you know. As men, we get hurt, and then we allow the fear of getting hurt again to change our behavior. And with that change in behavior comes with changes in, certain things and how we operate and how we move and blah blah. But for the most part, yeah, it's normal. Eventually, you'll figure out the value of loving deeply again, because loving deeply isn't something you do to be vulnerable. You get vulnerable, sure, but it's mostly something you do to experience life properly. You can't really truly enjoy being in a relationship with someone unless you understand how to love correctly. Not in a stupid way, obviously, not in a way that you overexpose yourself, but in a way that you really truly come to appreciate the other person and the other person appreciates you. Let's see, Drace, that's a great move. The Halloween thing, yeah, that's what's going on, Kay? How's it going, sweetheart? Been a while, man. Let's get on a call. Where you been? Like I would have said, what? Chill out, but that ain't the same. Do you scream at your dog? No, I do not scream at my dog. I might give him I have this voice I use whenever I want him to get, attentive, but that's about it. I don't really need to scream. He's a good boy. He's a relatively good boy. Let's see. Wagwan El Ross. Best first fight sport. I like MMA, but love grapple sports. Learn everything, dude. You gotta have a skill for the ground and a skill on the feet. Something to be able to defend yourself when you're striking, something to be able to defend yourself when you have your back to the ground, which is why I like jiu-jitsu, personally. I feel like if you're a wrestler, it's all good, but if I get you on your back, you're pretty much fucked. Most wrestlers don't know what to do from their back. But guys that are into jiu-jitsu, guys that understand jiu-jitsu, they're probably, some of them are even more dangerous on their back. So, just something to keep in mind. It's great to have an upper hand on your opponent, even when they think they have the upper hand, just because they're on top of you. You know what I mean? Man, I'm South African, and my college is mainly Muslim folk, and they all blocked me when I posted Trump winning. It's hilarious. Oh, that's funny. Because I know how South Africa rolls. South Africa is one giant liberal country, mostly. Well, for the black people anyway, right? I find South Africa to be another very interesting social experiment, because there's a bunch of Africans on African soil getting oppressed by a bunch of Europeans and Indians. Very interesting. It's like a place that shouldn't be in Africa, but it is. It's very interesting. Same here, but I don't. But I think the reason why people tell their secret is to get some kind of connection. That's true. Like, being vulnerable with other people definitely is a good way to connect with people. That's not, false. But I still think there should be a little more discipline around that. You know what I mean? A little more discipline. I'm good, man. Yeah, I need to set up a call soon. Not much. Been out trying to get some new chicks and working. Good. Very good. Bro, I'm Muslim and I support Trump. True. I mean, you're like normal, regular type of Muslim. Most Muslims are pretty much conservative in their views. I've always wondered about that too. When I first got to America, and that's about, I think I'm coming up on a decade now I've been in America. Shout out to me. But about 10 years ago now, when I first got to America and I started understanding the political climate of how America works, like the Electoral College and all that stuff, the first thing I asked my cousin, because it was my cousin that was putting me through all these things, and my cousin, ironically, he's a Democrat, he's left-leaning, and I asked him, okay, explain this Democrat thing to me. Their major demographics are who now? Black people, Hispanic people, Muslims, and gays? Even back then, with my limited worldview, I knew for a fact that didn't sound right. Like, what? Have you, How do all four of those people agree on anything? On anything. I'm not talking any agenda, like anything. Put a black person, a gay person, a Muslim, or Mexican in the same room, see what happens. They don't agree on anything. So, weird. Hold on. Give me a second. There we go. But yeah, very, very interesting. A melting pot that just will not melt and blend together. It's like trying to mix water with oil. What about standing feet, sport box, or other ones? I prefer to also be able to use kicks. I mean, any one, like whatever you're more comfortable with. I think a lot of what you choose really does depend on your body type. I think if you have longer limbs, you should stick to stuff like kickboxing and jiu-jitsu. If you have shorter limbs, stockier limbs, you should probably do wrestling and boxing. You know, it really depends on your body type. Let's see. What are the dangers of giving a girl too much of your time? Well, she doesn't respect it. The major danger is that you risk devaluing your time. I keep telling people, you can be positionally higher than her in all the other aspects of life, in every other regard. If she knows she can have your time whenever she wants, you're still less than her in her mind, whether she realizes it or not. I'm not even calling her like a bad person. I'm not calling women bad people. I'm just saying they find it very difficult to respect people that they can have access to whenever they want. Right? That's why you have situations like Will Smith and, you know, Johnny Depp, John Cena, all these guys that have been abused by women in public, even though they're like rich, good-looking, tall, handsome celebrities, because they gave whatever women too much of their time and attention. Too much. And there is a point where it's too much. You really should be careful whenever you get to the point where a woman starts feeling like she has a right over your time and attention. That's when you begin to start drawing some lines. It's very important. Actually, preferably you do it before you get to that point, but you know, you get the point. Let's see. I'm gonna go to a frat party tailgate outside. I noticed that there you need to talk to a girl and do what? Frat party, tailgate. I mean, sure, it's not hard. Just talk. I mean, there's probably alcohol involved already, so be careful with that. But for the most part, that's a chill, cool environment. Don't try to get any girl at a tailgate party, though. You're just gonna out yourself as the weirdo, as the creep. The party doesn't end with the tailgating. You might go into the stadium. You might leave from there and go watch the game at home. And yes, some people do that. But whatever the case is, you don't want to be the guy that pulls the trigger too soon. That just makes you look lame. Okay? What's going on, Prav Dog? Can a regular guy put up e-bang numbers? Easily. Like, the numbers themselves are not impressive. 400, I'll probably hit that in my 30s. Like, it's not, I'm already halfway there. So it's really not that impressive, the numbers. It's the circumstances under which he did it that's impressive. That's what's impressive. You know, 400 girls is nothing. 400 girls, if they're all hard to access women, that's impressive. 400 girls, if they're all highly qualified leads, so to speak, highly attainable, women that aren't easily attainable, highly desirable women, that's very impressive. Like 2010s, like 20 bad bitches is far more valuable than 600 fives. You know what I mean? He did that 400. Well, to be fair, I don't think it was 400 women. It was like 60 women in multiple videos. Like, it was the same women appearing in multiple videos, and it came up to 400 different videos, right? But for the most part, yeah, that's what happened. Shout out to him, though. Ibang. Balthazar, Ibang, and Gunga. Shit sounds like a fucking magic spell, doesn't it? What do you think about twist extensions? What? Oh, like dreads? Alright, go what you want. Do what fits your head shape more, though. That's what matters the most. It's not the hairstyle that matters. It's your head shape. Y'all don't even understand the science of haircuts. The head shape is what determines what kind of cut you should get. Right? But yeah, if it works for you, it works for you. I will be the South African e-bank. That's funny. I've got long situation to tell you, so it's gonna come in multiple parts. Go for it. When a woman does dress like that, skin showing, what is their thinking behind it? Attention. It's really just attention. They want, maybe in the back of their mind, they're telling themselves they're increasing their chances of running into the guy they want. Right? I do think women ultimately just want to feel safe in the arms of one man that they really do trust and feel safe with. And I think on some level, subconsciously, they're hoping to get the attention of that guy. But at the same time, they do like the small bits of cheap validation from random men that they don't necessarily want as they go. And ironically, what determines her chances of actually getting the man she wants comes down to her ability to balance both. Right, so she's willing to get just anyone's attention and get her ass out in the air and for everyone to see. More than likely, she can't get the guy she actually wants. Because the guy she actually wants, like I was saying this to someone recently too. Again, with this whole Halloween thing, girls coming out with like one strand of material around their coochie and nipples, and it's like the girls look good. As a man, I have to admit they look good. They look amazing. But with the kind of man I am and the position I am, how do I look going to approach a girl like that? Right? To approach her would be to destroy my status. And I'm not going to risk my status for anybody. Especially not some random girl I just met. You see what I'm saying? So, the irony is it achieves the opposite effect for them. Right? They want so desperately to get the attention of a specific kind of guy, but going about getting the attention that way is the guarantee they never run into that guy. Right? Gotta feel sorry for them. I'm not gonna be this overly nice guy that'll run around and go tell these women this because I don't care enough. But yeah, that's really what's going on, man. They really just want the attention of someone specific, but they're going about doing it the wrong way. It's unfortunate, but hey, such is life. I thought protectors had a certain look. I was wrong. Ebang doesn't look like that guy. In terms of like a protector type, like, no, he actually does. He kind of fits the mold a little bit. I mean, the guy is bald. Young and bald is a very ballsy move to make. So, if anything, you do see signs of him being like, you know, a risk taker, if you will. It's all there. You just gotta know what you're looking for. Should I try to keep my approaches low? Every girl there is good looking. You don't gotta approach anybody. It's a tailgate. Just start chatting up girls. Like, you know what I would do in that situation? I would just make the girls friends. Talk to one girl, be like, that girl seems fun over there. Let's go talk to her. Now it's three of us talking. Oh, that girl looks fun over there. Let's go talk to her. Next thing you know, it's me, probably me and my boy, if it's set up like that, and multiple girls just around us. Just merge the sets. Now you're the connector. You're the reason this girl just met her future best friend and bridesmaid at her wedding, right? So that's how you want to play it. What about women at the gym? Are they showing a lot of skin for attention as well? Oh, absolutely. Like, do you think they're wearing all those things because, oh, it's just comfortable and athletic? Like, that's the excuse they'll give. Women have to say that to give themselves the plausible deniability because no one wants to feel like a whore. But they do know that the chances of meeting the kind of guy they want significantly increases if they go to the gym. Because more than likely that guy works out. All right, that's a smart move to make. More than likely that guy works out. All right, so if they know for a fact they're going to run into that guy, for sure they're going to wear certain things to attract them. Like, you've seen these girls go to the gym with makeup on. It doesn't make any sense. Makeup, you're supposedly about to sweat that shit off. Why are you wearing makeup at all? But they wear makeup. Because, again, there is a certain type of attention they're looking for. You feel me? Let's see. Jace, for what level of game is good for life from a scale of 1 to 10? I don't know what that scale means. I don't know if there's a scale of 1 to 10. But I don't know what is also good for life, even if I knew what that scale meant. Because it depends, man. It depends on your life. It depends on what you like. It depends on what your goals are, what your standards for living are, and how you want to exist. Everyone's different, you know? Why do women in relationships kiss their friends and think you would be okay with it? First of all, you weirdo. Why wouldn't you be okay with it? If she's kissing her friends, then so should you, stupid. See, this is one of those things you learn the more women you deal with, is how not to block your own blessings. If your girl is hot, she got hot friends. That's a given. Bad bitches hang out with bad bitches. If she's kissing her friends goodbye, you kiss her friends goodbye. That's where threesomes come from. Now, if you're talking about male friends, okay. At that point, she just doesn't have respect for you. Like, duh. She doesn't have respect for you. That's not a matter of why would she think it's okay. She knows it's not okay, but she does it anyway because she knows she's going to get away with it. And let's be honest, if we were to look at your own behavior, there's a good chance that there's things you're doing that lets her know she can get away with that kind of behavior, even though you and her know that it's bad. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But if it's a female friend, absolutely, kiss them. Kiss them goodbye, too. Don't, kiss my girlfriend and not kiss me. Fuck wrong with you. Come here. I'm 20, lived with my mom 3 weeks ago. We had a big argument over a small thing. She got very disrespectful, got a bit physical, was very childish. I can do a very childish and disrespectful thing because I'm the mother. And long story short, she was very out of character and unacceptably disrespectful. Like, this ish can't fly. Admittedly, I gave in and gave her the small thing, and she wanted, after she threatened to call the police, I'm guessing. Okay. There's a fourth one that's missing there. It's getting to her because I sense it's getting to her because she's trying to get my attention by scolding me over nothing. I look at her but still don't talk. Good. My question is, should I just go back to attention compliance validation, which I've never done with her before, or make her pay a big sacrifice to get back into my life? You already know the answer. You just wrote all that for nothing. You already know the answer. I don't care what woman it is. Woman you're dating, a woman you're related to, your own mother. If they offend you, and you're at the point now where you've decided to withdraw all your value, the only way they get it back is they have to pay a massive sacrifice. It's rules is rules. Because what do you think will happen if you go back to being pally with her and you make her pay no sacrifice? Now she's gonna know that she can get away with doing that again. Right? And by the way, this is what I keep telling you guys. The first woman you ever learn how to pimp for most of you is going to be your mom. Your mom is going to be the woman in your life that has the most reason to be the most disrespectful towards you. So if you can't stop her from being disrespectful towards you, you're not stopping anyone's daughter. It's just not going to happen. You feel me? So that's how you got to do it. That's how you got to feel it. That's how you got to, reason with it. Let's see. I've been watching a lot of Todd Valentine recently, as you should. He's good. He's great. What about women at the gym? Oh, I already read that one. How do I keep the group engaged, and for how long till I ask to talk to the main girl separate? You just keep asking listen, you can literally ask every single girl the same question. This is what I would do. Ask just one question. Find one question to ask them. And then with every girl that answers that same question, you just tease a few of them. You can tease all of them. I mean, maybe not all of them, because then you just look a little too unoriginal, but maybe the first one tells you the answer to that question, you go, oh, okay, that's nice. The second one, you give her a bigger compliment. The third one, you go, ugh, really? Gross. And then just watch the crowd erupt, right? So it's just ask a question, tease the answer for a few of them, and then just repeat that same process just with another question. I'll literally do, like, that alone will fill 30 minutes of talking. It's just ask a question individually to each girl, tease some, compliment others, and then just ask the next question. Same thing, ask the next question, tease, compliment, ask the next question, tease. I could literally just do that for the rest of the night. Literally. And then from there, I'm just like, you know what? I haven't talked to her as often as I should, because, the girl I want to talk to, I make sure I never compliment, just tease, or just completely ignore, make her feel like she doesn't exist. Then you can isolate and be like, I've been rude to her this entire time. That's my bad. You mind if I go talk to her for like 2 seconds? I promise I'm not going to kidnap her. Boom. It's really not that hard. Let's see. Does a man have to settle down at some point depending on age, kids? No, you don't really have to do anything. You can do whatever you want. All right. Try not to... there we go. He has run over this thing so many. What is that? Oh, nice. Let me see. I'm gonna need that actually. I'm parched. Thank you, sweetie. Say hi to the boys.
Hi boys. Hi Pookie Force.
Beautiful. I love me a good Arnold Palmer. But yeah, you don't really have to settle. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You can clooney it. You can marry. You can. It's your choice. End of the day, you do whatever the fuck you want. That's the whole point of the game. Game gives you the freedom to do whatever you want. Let's see. Same way a low cut is young with a low cut. Young with a low cut. What are you talking about? What do you mean by that guy? I don't know what we're talking about when I said that guy. Remind me. Because there's two kinds of that guys. My goal is to kiss and escalate more. How can I do it? No, don't worry about kissing right now. You're still trying to figure out how to talk to group sets. You're not kissing anybody right now. Literally just learn how to talk to multiple women at the same time. Remember what I told you. Ask questions. Tease answers, compliment some, tease the others, repeat. Get good at that skill. Then you can talk about escalation later. The irony is if you get good at that part, you won't need to escalate. Usually the girl, because you isolated her, she'll escalate on you. Because now stop distracting me. Now you're competition. Now she's actually she sees you and your time and your attention as something valuable that she has to compete with the other girls for. Jace, about joining the group, how can I keep my info private? That depends on how you create your school account. That's not really a group thing. That's a you thing. When you create your school account, you have to make sure you do whatever anonymous thing you want to do. Then, you can join the group that way. Let's see. How did eBank do it? I just made fucking 2-3 videos about that very thing. Long story short, my hypothesis anyway, because I wasn't there, I don't know. But if I had to guess, he's the president's nephew, and at one point one of the most powerful men in the country. He probably just used that to get the first batch of women, maybe the first 5. And then at some point, word began to spread fast about this guy, right? And then pre-selection did what it does, and the rumors started spreading, and then all these girls started to suggest each other. Because if you watch some of these videos, these girls aren't just willing participants; they're eager participants, right? They're putting it back in when it slips out. They're adding saliva, all that crazy shit.
Wait, you can see the actual videos.
Oh, dude, it's on Twitter. X now, sorry.
Shared that with me?
It's on X, yeah. It's 400 of them floating around. And by the way, there's gooners doing marathons on this shit. Do you see guys in the comments I'm on video 28 right now? What the fuck?
That's crazy, and it's also you.
That's crazy. Hey. Research purposes.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Nah, but there's a reason they call him the sewing machine. You ever seen the sewing machine? Yeah. It's facts. He's good. I ain't gonna lie. The technique is a little off. He fucks like an African uncle. Belly out like that little. But the thing is, there's a rhythm to it. Because again, he is African. So you can almost get a little.
What does he look? Is he attractive?
To Equatorial Guineans, he might be their light-skinned god.
Is he attractive enough to pull this off?
Yes.
Okay.
In Equatorial Guinea, he is.
Okay.
He's the tall, light-skinned dude in Equatorial Guinea.
That'll do it.
In America, he'd be caramel-skinned, not light-skinned. But they're all so dark over there. He's light-skinned. Stop looking at our dog like that. He's not fat.
So fat.
He is not fat. Stop it. She
fat.
keeps getting on me for overfeeding the dog.
Our dog is fat.
I just love the boy. Let him eat. God damn. Shit.
Look at that belly.
That's not belly, that's chest. It's like his daddy. You got chest.
Oh, like his daddy?
Look at him. He's just rolling and
First of all,
shit.
Mommy has the chest.
Mommy has she going titty superiority. Anyway, let's see. By that time, I do read that one, didn't I? Do attractive men have a harder time to find people since you have haters and envious people? Finding people is easier. It's keeping them that's the issue. Usually, if you're attractive, if you're genuinely attractive, and you have trouble finding people, it's usually a positioning thing, or you're just not putting out enough work. You're not making enough attempts, right? Like, because when you're attractive, the girls that will come to you, usually, this is if you have standards at all, because I know a lot of attractive guys that don't, but if you have standards as an attractive guy, you're not gonna, find the majority of the women that come to you as attractive or attractive enough for you. Like, if I had to date the women that compliment me when I walk down the street, I wouldn't be happy. No, I want these ones. I want the ones that I have to, the bougie ones. The ones that'll look at me and go, I didn't notice you. That's the one. That's the one I want, So, yeah, that's... if you're not happy with your dating life, and by the way, I think that's advice for everybody. I don't think that's just attractive guys. If you want a happier dating life, get the girls that you, somewhere in the back of your mind, believe is just a little bit outside of your range, like a little outside of what you deserve. When you get the girls you believe you don't deserve, that's awesome. That's a good deal for you, right? It's like going to a Black Friday thing and getting a PlayStation 5 for $50. That'd be awesome, right? Like, fuck yeah, I did something I wasn't supposed to do. Why do you think celebrities are so unhappy? Like celebrities, like who do I use as an example? Like Chris Brown is still single, right? Right.
Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
That's a great example, because logistically, realistically, she can do better than MGK. Way better than MGK. So imagine how he feels in that situation. He knows he's with a bitch he don't deserve, right?
Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Oh nah, Beyonce can do better than Jay-Z. He's
Okay,
ugly.
Physically, she can do way better.
Yes, absolutely. But they know that Jay-Z. I'm sorry. I don't even like the guy. I'm being honest. He's not my favorite, but
you don't think
Jay-Z.
that she could have any man in the entire world?
Let me answer that question correctly.
And that's basically you saying that Jay-Z is the best man.
Let me answer that. No. In fact, this is what I'm talking about right now. It's like, sometimes the guy gets a girl he doesn't deserve. However, here's the thing with Beyonce. Beyonce is a very peculiar situation because realistically, I think she can't get any man on the planet. But how many men would be comfortable in that situation? You see why Jay-Z becomes valuable? There's like 5 niggas she can date and can survive being Beyonce's man.
That's true.
Jay-Z, Kanye. She won't like Kanye because he's too crazy.
Apply the same logic to Megan Fox too.
That's the point.
Yeah.
That's the point. I'm surprised MGK can survive that situation. Are they still together? Find out if they're still together.
That's actually.
I'm pretty sure he got more tattoos when he got her, right? And I was like, the anxiety's getting to him. That's what niggas with tattoos do, by the way. That's why they get tattoos a lot of the time, because they can't handle anxiety. They need something to distract them to get more tattoos. When he got all those blacked out tattoos, I'm like, he can't handle it. He's about to crack. Yeah. Because dating a Megan Fox, that's a big fucking deal, dude. Like, I don't care who you are. That bitch comes with her own planet. No matter how big your planet is, you collide. The gravitational pull is some fierce.
Her planet's gonna be bigger.
Why do you think for all those years, all those men that dated the Kardashians, every single one of them just spiraled out of control? Everyone. It's not that these women they're evil witches, they're spiritual demons. No. Go date a fucking Kardashian, see what that shit is like. It's a whole different ballgame.
It's the Scott Disick effect. That's what I like.
You know the funny thing? It takes a Scott Disick that is that crazy to survive.
And everybody for no reason.
And he's like the only one that survived as long as he did and came out relatively unscathed. Even Kanye, like, you know what I mean? So, that's what comes with it, man. Beautiful women, highly desirable women, they will stretch your psychological capacities out. But yeah, if you're attractive, you should have an easier time in the front end. It's the back end you usually have the problem with. How do we make our moms make a massive sacrifice? The same way you make any girl make a massive sacrifice. Get her to do something for you that she doesn't want to do. It's really that simple. Bro, I have a question. How much to call? Link in bio. Go click my link in the bio. Schedule a call with me there. How do you stop that disrespect from mothers and sisters, even if you're younger? You got to do some old guy shit. That's really it. Like, they see you as that baby of the house because they literally saw you as the baby of the house. Like, you have to do something that lets them know that you are far from that image they have in their head. This is why usually, right, for the youngest child to grow up, they have to do something that is jarring, something that is shocking, something that, you know, I'm looking at her because she's the youngest. Something that makes them go, whoa, they're grown. Usually, unfortunately, they end up doing like some criminal shit, but you know, we'll talk about that. Unpopular opinion: Kelly Rowland is sexier than Beyonce. I completely agree. What was I talking about this?
Yeah.
What, like a few months ago?
Enough.
Kelly Rowland. Let me tell you something. Kelly Rowland.
No, it's not.
Shut up. Kelly Rowland. I'm trying to see. Megan Good. Hush. Kelly Rowland, Megan Good. Damn, who's number 3 right now? Because I can't keep saying Halle Berry. That bitch old now. But I'm very sure of those two. Those are by far the 2 most beautiful dark-skinned women on this planet. I will die on any hill on that shit. Fuck y'all. And way badder, way prettier than Beyonce. Beyonce, listen, she's up there. It's not gonna be Beyonce. They didn't even be after that bitch, right? But Kelly Rowland supremacy around here, baby. You know, every time I feel a little tingly, I go back and I listen to that song she has as Lil Wayne. Remember that one? It's funny. Let's see. Oh, she's got a pew pew pointed at me. Hush. Let's see. How do you disrespect? Did I read all these already? Oh yeah. TikTok deleted my 4th part. I gave in after she threatened to call the police on you. Okay. Because the disrespect rubbed me the wrong way. Da, da, da. Alright, fair enough. You gave in like a little bitch because she called the police. That would have been your chance to show some gangster. Tell her, go ahead, call. A woman's job is to beat you into submission. Did that come out of nowhere?
The crazy statements today.
Did that come out of nowhere? But that is a woman's job, though. Their job is to beat you into submission. Your job is to show them that you're willing to go further than they can. So that they are reminded you are far more fucking dangerous. If she threatens to call the police, you threaten to call the Coast Guard. Do you understand? Okay, maybe don't call the Coast Guard, but let her know that whatever thing she's trying to use to threaten you to get you to change your behavior somehow is not going to work. I'm gonna threaten you. I'm gonna call my brothers on you. Ready, bitch? Come on, hurry up. They're gonna beat you up. What you think, you Jackie Chan? I'm not saying I can win the fight. They'll probably fuck me up, but I want you to see that even after I get my jaw relocated, it's still fuck you. Fuck it. I don't care. Let them do their worst. I'm not going, like, we do not negotiate with terrorists. Do you understand what that means? Like, on a conviction level. You got terrorists tying you to a chair. They're threatening to stick all kinds of things in your dick hole. Right? We do not negotiate with terrorists means stick it in my dick hole.
You're gonna get banned from the live.
In my pee-pee hole. Do you get that that's what that means? Like you just surrendered to the fucking consequences? That's the point. That's the point. So yeah, stick something in your pee-pee hole today. This is busting, by the way. Oh, absolutely. Have you seen torture videos?
Metal poles.
Metal, she said. I should do that to you and scar you for life. Yeah. I have an external hard drive full of Nigerian army tortures. We're watching that shit.
What? And this is the first time you've told me about it. You know that that's my favorite thing.
She said that's my favorite. Let's see. What do you do when you realize you need to cut off the friends around you to become a better self? You cut them off. Why are you negotiating in your mind? What are you doing? You already know what to do. There's no other thing. There's no technique to it. Cut them the fuck off. Delete the numbers. Get out the group chat. Block the Snapchats, Instagrams, all that good. Like, dude, I was watching a video recently. It was someone giving advice for content creators on TikTok. And the dude was like, the first thing that I always tell all my clients to do is make sure that all their friends and family are blocked on their TikTok account. And I'm like, interesting. Are people really like stuck on that? Interesting. That's the thing. Like, when I first hit 10,000 on TikTok, my pastor was the one that texted me and went, I saw your videos. Just so you know how I roll. You see what I'm saying? So, I don't get the fear there, but, you know, live your life. Women in general dressing a certain way to get... Oh, I see. That guy in that context means the guy that she truly feels safe around. The guy that she can't do without. The man that she cannot manipulate. You know, it's kind of the honey trap thing with women. They dangle their sexuality in front of you to see if they can control you with it. And the test is, if they can control you with it, then you're not that guy. That's like the double-edged sword to women in their sexuality, right? It's like they use it to get your attention. But if you begin to allow yourself to become distracted by that, that to them is the sign that you are not the guy they're looking for. Because the guy they're looking for wouldn't care. Which is also kind of ironic, because if that guy doesn't care, then he probably wouldn't notice her. It's such a funny game we play. Finally caught alive. Did the interview thrice. Digital pre-selection is dope. Thank you. I really put my budussy in that one. For those of you that don't know what he's talking about, I have this entire flagship course called The Interview, and I have what is essentially the interview online in there. These are courses that I teach you how to get girls into your life from scratch, like stranger into actual girlfriend. And yeah, they're pretty dope. Go get them. Go check them out. For my dates, hee-haw, I like that. Thank you. For my dates, I take them to play 8-ball and ice cream. By the time I touch, hug, hold hands, blah, blah. And car, how can I escalate from that? Oh, okay. If you're already touching and doing all that good stuff, you can just go in the car and start kissing them. And then go from there. I consider a car a private space, so do what you gotta do from there. I remember you saying the most attractive thing you can do is get a 6-pack, but don't you need behavior? If I said that, it was probably hyperbolic. I was probably saying that to, get your attention on something. What I really meant though when I said that is the behavior that gets you the 6-pack that makes it attractive. It's not the 6-pack itself. Right? Getting a 6-pack to women, what makes a 6-pack attractive to women isn't really just the way it looks or the way it feels. Like, those things are cool. But it's in the back of their mind on an evolutionary level. What they recognize is the amount of work you put in to get it. Does that make sense? That's what's attractive. So, my bro has a 7-year-old shy son. How should he raise him? Immediately throw him into something like a contact sport. He's 7. He can handle it. He's 7 too. Like, he's right at the cusp of the end of his first eighth of formative years. So he's about to go into the second phase right now. Throw him into jiu-jitsu or something immediately. If he's shy because he hasn't given himself, or you as a parent haven't given him permission, your friend specifically, hasn't given the kid the permission to be more outgoing in himself. Like, kids are shy because they're not given the permission to be otherwise. So give them permission. Throw them into something that forces them to be that way. Okay? Let's see. Video 28. I know, right? 28 out of 400 is crazy. He is an African uncle, though. Like, and that's the funny thing. Don't we all have an uncle like Ebang? At least one. I got like 3. One of them is dead, unfortunately. R.I.P. Uncle Emeka. But literally, every African uncle is pretty much an Ebang. It's just that most of them don't know how to operate a phone enough to know how to record on it. But literally, we all got at least one. There's got to be one in the family. When my Uncle Mika died, there was a legitimate fight. It was a bunch of bitches fighting over who was the main girlfriend. It was so funny. Fucking legend, man. I miss that man every day. Went too soon. It was just 37. Can you believe that? Let's see. I got like 3 exactly. We all got at least one of them African uncles, bro. It's either you have that or your dad is the African uncle. It's one of them. It's one of them. Let's see. Please continue to drop these lives on YouTube. You know what? I completely forgot about... Oh my God, I feel so bad. I've been letting y'all starve on YouTube. I'm gonna do something about it tonight. Because what I'm waiting for is the thumbnails. Once I get those, they're up. And y'all gonna eat good. It's like fucking 10 videos. So wait on it, alright? For my IG DMs, I have plans for us. Oh, by the way, if you're on YouTube, hi. They say, what? I hope you like surprises. After that, I struggle. You struggle? Huh? I have plans for us? Is that what you're saying to them? And then you go, I hope you like surprises, and then you don't have... I don't even understand what the problem there is. What are they responding with when you say that? You know what I mean? I'll take care, David. See you later. How you doing, Nep? One leaves, one arrives. Balthazar has a big thing, I believe. It's that the push looked weak, like you said. It's about rhythm. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, not to sound too ditty, but he was packing. Do you think it was Kamala that made all the women cheat on their husbands and kids? Sorry, I read Kamala. Karma. I've been so inundated with just politics. Karma didn't make all those women cheat. Good Game did. People like to make karma like a morality issue. It really isn't, man. Cheating in particular. People like to make cheating a morality issue. It really isn't. People want... I've seen a few comments on the videos. People are like, oh, something bad is going to happen to him. They're going to take him out back and do something to him. Da, 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 da. Nothing bad is going to happen to him, man. If those men really were as passionate about keeping their wives as you guys think they should be, I promise you they wouldn't have been getting fucked to begin with. Promise you. That's one. And people hate it when I say it, but I'll keep saying it. If your girl fucks someone else, it is your fault. Straight up. Might not like to hear that, but it's true. Ultimately, their behavior is based off of your behavior because they're reactive. They're reactive creatures. They react to you. So, all those wives that he was doing, the husbands let that happen. Because I promise you, and this is what we're not going to see, right? Because there's no videos of those. But I promise you there was wives he tried to get that were like, nah, can't do that. Get my face. Beat it, bitch. And, he probably did his worst and, investigated their husbands for fraud. but there were definitely women that told him no. How do I know that there's women that told him no? Because even look at the fact that he was recording each video. That tells you that each yes was important to him. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like that only a few people understood what I just said. People that get yes all the time aren't surprised when they get it. They don't try to savor it. It's just another yes. But when you're used to getting no's and you finally get a yes, oh, you milk that yes. And each one of those videos is just him milking the yes, if that makes sense. Anyway. Don't girls also want the guys they don't deserve? Two-way street for real. Yes. Yeah, women want guys they don't deserve. Guys want girls they don't deserve. Both parties have to feel like they're winning for it to be a good deal. Because that's what every good relationship is ultimately. It's a good deal. Look at it transactionally so it makes sense. I'm by the way, never, negotiate in your mind whether you should see relationships as transactional. The more you see them as transactional, the better your relationships, because then you become more cognizant of the value you provide. every relationship that breaks down ultimately comes down to one party not providing the value that they're supposed to. It's always about transaction. It's always. So you might as well remember that and do with that information what you must, okay? Let's see. Do you think it was... I already read that one. How to get better at debating. Any books or people? I don't know any books for debating. I'm pretty sure I do. I just can't remember the titles because I know I read some when I was younger. But the real skill of debating isn't really debating. It's persuasion. Right? It's not hard to figure out how to rebuttal people's points by using framing tactics to make your points look better. The real skill of debating is convincing people that think differently than you to think like you. But that's not debating anymore, though. That's persuasion. See, so I would say read books on persuasion first. What do you think about Chris Brown's dating life? You think he has game, him being single? I think Chris Brown is one of the craziest people on earth. And we all act like he's not because he's so talented and we forgive him. But he's actually like a legitimate danger to women. Like, legitimate. Like, the Rihanna thing was bad. And I heard it was her that hit him first. And I believe it because, you know, Caribbean girls, right? But if you look at all his behavior after that, especially the way he treated Korichi Tran, dude, he's like a bad person. When it comes to women, anyway. I think he's got his good sides. I think he's got generally good intentions. But he's just one of those guys that's a little too overly aggressive. A little too emotional. Most creatives are, right? A little too reliant on how he feels. So, yeah, his dating life is ass. It's straight ass. And if you objectively look at most of these celebrities, it becomes very obvious to you, like, yeah, most of them have terrible dating lives. Most of them are not having a good time. Especially the women. Because the women don't even get access to the kind of guys they want often. Think about it. Think about being a celebrity woman. You can't broach guys, right? That's out of the question. You can't be doing that shit. The guys you want are all guys, maybe in your industry, maybe not, but for the most part, they're richer, more powerful, more successful men than you are. And the only way you have like contact with these guys is if you meet them at the same elite parties or you happen to work with them somehow. I think all the actors date the actresses or the rappers date all the rappers and the musicians, right? They're meeting at studio sessions, they're meeting at movie sets, shit like that. So a woman's pool when she's like a massive celebrity, shit. I wouldn't wish that on most women, to be honest. That shit is lonely. How do you form an identity? Like, are you just your actions or do you have to believe something? It's better if you believe something. You really can't just be an NPC in this life and just choose to go through each day without any purpose or thought or conviction. But that's the beauty of the human experience. You get to choose what you want. You know what I mean? It's better if you have something you believe in, especially if that thing is something that is greater than yourself. Because then you're living for more than just you. You're not really living your truest purpose until you're living for others, in my opinion. If you're living for just yourself, I mean, if I'm being honest with myself, a lot of my ambition comes from how much I have to serve the world. If I had to just be okay with myself, dude, I'd be fucking living in a cardboard somewhere. Like, it doesn't take much to satisfy me. You feel me? Since all of their husbands most likely took... Oh, my bad. How did Chris Brown treat the next girl? Oh, Korichi Tran? Go, dude. There's documentaries on that shit. There's like YouTube videos. Literally go watch those. He got 2 restraining orders out on him from her. Just to let you know the extent. Like, stalking, putting hands on her, beating up niggas that try to get with her afterwards. Like, the whole 9, dude. He's something. And from what I hear, it hasn't really stopped. Like, it's slowed down, and he's gotten smarter at hiding it. But Chris Brown is still a crazy person, man. He's crazy. You know, y'all ain't hear the diss he put against Quavo? That's Chris Brown right there. He don't give a fuck. And it's always going to be difficult to deal with someone like that because he's willing to take whatever kinds of risk. You know what I mean? And it's particularly impressive in this case too. Usually when people get canceled like he did, they become like more contrite. Think Logan Paul. Logan Paul went through that whole Japan thing, and that boy ain't said a cuss word since then. Chris Brown is the opposite. He gets that whole thing, and he decides to go join a gang. Like, come on now. It's kind of impressive. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway. Since all of their husbands most likely took bribes from people, do you think it was karmic? No, because taking bribes from people, okay, let's discuss this because this is kind of complex. Taking bribes, depending on the context, doesn't carry any karmic retribution to it. There's no ill will that'll come back to you. If you're a policeman in Nigeria and you take a little bribe to let someone get off with a speeding ticket, you could argue that person could go on. Buddy, what's going on? You could argue that person will go on. Say hi, buddy. You could argue that person will go on to drive roughly and endanger the lives of other people, but for the most part, I don't think it would still be that policeman's fault. Because that person would have gone on to speed anyway after the policeman let him go. You see what I'm saying? Just like on a small scale to really understand it. Now, if you're taking bribes to fatten your pockets while other people are in suffering, that's a different thing, right? That's one. Two, having your wife cheating on you, again, is not a matter of karma. It is a matter of skill. Okay? It is your fucking skill level. It is your neglect. It is your inability to perfectly position yourself in your wife's mind. That is why your wife thinks it's a good idea to get naked with someone else. If your wife is at the point where she thinks it's a good idea to get naked with someone else, that is a skill issue. That's not a karma thing. It is a skill. That is someone making decisions to fuck you over. That isn't random happenstance or synchronicity in the world. That is someone going out of their way to shatter your expectations. Does that make sense? Hope that makes sense. You think tattoos because of anxiety? I think most tattoos are, yeah. I don't know all of them for sure, but I think especially with the people that have a lot of tattoos, fucking sleeves, chest, back, everywhere, it's mostly anxiety. Look at the tattoos themselves, especially you see those guys that just have random tattoos in random places. There's no plan to it. It's very obvious, he just got this one night when he was trying to get his mind off of something. That's usually how people get tattoos, unfortunately. I don't think it's all of them, obviously, but, let's see. I completely agree, 100%. Yeah. Let's see. Megan Good ain't dark skinned though. Megan Good, caramel skin, I guess. All right, fair enough. But I still think she's one of the baddest melanated bitches on this planet for sure. Hush, baddest melanated bitches on this planet. She's so pretty. TikTok deleted my. Oh, I didn't read that one. What's going on, Sammy? I'm here. What's up? Since all of their husbands most likely took. Oh, I didn't read that one. At that point, I wouldn't even be in the relationship type shit. She goes low, we go lower. Go for it. So how do we get with women who dress a certain way? When you say certain way, what are you talking about? Modest women or slot walk women? Which women? Which certain way? Because it doesn't really matter. It's the same method for both. It's not much different. What you think? Oh, she's dressed this way. Now I'm gonna walk over to her and call her a whore. No, it's not. I don't think you guys get it yet. It doesn't matter how they're dressed. No woman wants to feel like a slut. None of them. Not even the actual sluts. Have you met strippers? They don't call themselves strippers. They call themselves exotic dancers. You want to know why? Because even they don't want to be called strippers. And they're actually strippers. You see the point? So, no matter what woman you're dealing with, there still has to be that balance of comfort and value. No matter how you slice it. Some more comfort than others, some more value than others, but game is game. I've been following your teachings and I've gotten out of the friend zone a couple of times, but this one girl wants me to wait until December because she says she's been through a lot. How should I feel about this? I think you should feel like a bitch, honestly, because why is she putting time frames on it? Again, understand the very few simple things about how women operate. This is a creature that has a massive sense of urgency around value. Women don't see amazing things and go, I'll deal with that later, for any reason. For any reason. But what if she's going through things? Let me tell you something. When a woman is going through things, her sense of urgency goes up even higher. Because now they need that value to distract them from whatever thing they're going through. So if their excuse is, I need time to do whatever excuse they're giving you, all it means is you're not that guy. You're not that guy. That's what it means. Wait till December. I promise you when December gets around here, by the way, do not fucking wait for anybody. Leave her alone. But if another idiot out there were to wait till December, I promise you all she'll say is some other goofy shit like wait till March. Okay? So don't worry about that shit. Let's see. I think I want to date or be fair hit both. I prefer BB though. What's BB? So BB has tons of guy friends. She has not initiated a meetup. She greets me some mornings and seems to want me. Who the fuck is BB? What's BB?
Guy friends aren't real.
Guy friends are not real. You should see the face she made when I said that, because I broke her heart when it came to that. She used to have a lot of guy friends, and I came along and said, bitch, what do you think they're there for? Tell them what I told you. Relive this moment that you hate that I'll enjoy. Go ahead, say the story. Yes.
Which one? You've said it multiple times. I was telling you about somebody I worked with.
Tell that one. Yeah.
I really truly thought I was friends with them.
Oh, did you now? Go ahead.
I don't know. I think when you start to look at each conversation a little bit more,
then you start seeing the opportunities for them to try to stick their dick in you, right? See it?
Baby, I'm gonna get banned from the live.
Stick their pee-pee in you.
No, but it's true. It's like...
Women blind themselves to that shit because they don't want to be reminded that men are dogs. All right? I'll tell you why.
Girls can have guy friends.
Hush. I'll tell you why they do it. This is the real reason why they do it, and confirm this for me, is that they want the validation of thinking that they're good people, that they're interesting people. So if they have to admit that the guys are only there to fuck, then that means the value they bring is just pussy. They're not actually as interesting or as funny as they think they are. That's why they delude themselves like that. They want the guy friends to be there because, I'm just a funny bitch to be around. No, bitch, you got giant titties. Now you're funny. You are funny. That's coming from me. But that means something because it's coming from me, though. Them, they haven't fucked you yet. So until then, you're just a big titty bitch. I'm just breaking her heart again. Fellas, you gotta do that. Like once every year or so, you gotta do that. You gotta remind them. You just gotta remind them. And that's the real reason, by the way. Go tell your girlfriends this. That's the only reason she wants her guy friends. And even though at the back of all their minds, they know that Jimmy John's better fucking sponsor me. At the back of all their minds, they know that the friend is just there for some kitty cat. But they blind themselves to it on purpose. They blind themselves to it on purpose because then they can tell themselves, he actually likes me because I'm funny. Go
I
ahead.
do have something to add.
Oh, do you now?
I think that a lot of girls are really insecure and they're not aware of the fact that yes, every guy just wants to hook up with them. Because they're looking at themselves and they
That's not worthy enough?
not even not worth or maybe just not desirable. And that can happen too, especially when you have a lot of guy friends because you're like,
oh, none of them ever want to be
actively trying to because I think that's the thing. They're not always all actively trying to get with you, if that makes sense. So
more lies. You see that?
no, I just mean like making the moves, you know.
I'm looking at this bad bitch talking about something. Shut up. You see how they lie to
Hey, I'm
themselves?
talking about for me, okay?
I know it's not for you. You don't have any guy friends. But you see how they do it?
You know what?
I promise. I just might be. Shut up, bitch. The moment he saw you, he was like, how do I? It was plotting. He was like, what was the name? Don't say his name actually. But that one.
Wait, which one?
The one you were telling me
The
was
one
like.
who's trying to get me to cheat on you.
The one that you were planning to go on like
Yeah,
trips.
Wait. Oh no, he is my friend.
Coworker, stop it.
No,
Oh.
that one.
No, hold on, not even that one. The one that kind of looks like me.
That's
Oh yeah. That
That's
was.
the one who's trying to get me.
I don't want to describe this kid because Lord, he probably watches the movie.
You know what? He does. He brought me this phone one time when I was at work and had your TikTok pull up. Because he saw my home screen of me and you.
Bro, trying to size up the competition. Hey, take some game, little bro. It is what it is.
No. What actually happened was he was asking me about advice for his girlfriend.
Oh, that was
And I told him about you, and we went to go look at your TikTok together on his phone, and he was already following you.
Embarrassing. What did Drake say? Embarrassing. Bro, trying to act like he don't got. You see, this is the strategies lesser men come up with. This is why they get friend zoned, by the way. Is all this? I'm gonna ask her for advice to get girls, and then maybe somehow. You ever just try telling her she has nice titties? You know that's an option, right? Be a little bitch. Anyway, what the Bible says: the violent taketh by force. There's a reason for that. Okay, maybe not by force, but you get the point. I think this guy with his BB. I still don't know what BB means.
Is it the name of something?
I don't know. Hold on. Lord Ramiel is a tough ass name. I ain't gonna lie. But what does BB mean? Does that mean it's better to post your self training than to post your physique? Literally, yes. The training is more important than the physique. You know, if anything, I keep telling you guys, videos over pictures any day. Videos of you doing some cool shit, it will always be better than a picture where you just look good. It's also a more immersive 3D experience as well. Let's see. How do you show the fact they can't control you with sexuality? You say no. That's pretty much it. You say no. It's very simple. If you're meeting them for the first time, you talk to them like they're your little sister, as opposed to this thing you're trying to fuck. You know, that's like whenever you're talking to a girl for the first time, they can very easily tell if you're impressed by the way they look. Your job is to remind her like, I'm not really impressed by that, but you know, you look like a goofy bitch though. What's up with you? You bully them. She's getting flashbacks. you bullied them. That's the point. Let's see. How do you? I read that one. PF just wants love, attention, and care. What this Ramiel with his abbreviation? What the fuck is PF? Do you think all husbands deserve what happened to them? All the husbands, yes, absolutely. With them e-bang, absolutely. They all got e-cucked, absolutely. They deserved it. BB is a D-shaped female because basically, and PF is pretty face. D-shaped. Oh, you should have just said that. Y'all here making me feel stupid.
Acronyms like this.
You can say booty on TikTok. The fuck? You can say booty. Booty. Boat it. Boat is more important than eating food. It's more important than drinking water, man. Shout out to the booty warrior, man. Shit. I'm a warrior. My dad was seen as the good man by women because he had opinions but didn't act on it. Don't know if it's entirely true though. Maybe have to start trying to increase that. Ain't particularly packing in that department. Oh, the rhythm. Oh, you go for it, man. I struggle with texting, but in person everything flows. Any tips? Everyone does worse in texting than in person. That's kind of how human communication works in general. So don't feel bad about that, my friend. With that said, though, texting becomes better when you understand two things. One, have a system. Have something that works every time, or most of the time. Two, make sure that you're using adequate enough motivation to get her to text back. I keep telling you guys, you must have some kind of pulling positive force or pushing negative force that'll make her want to reply each text that you send her. Every text you send must make her feel something. If it doesn't, don't send it. It's better not to send any text at all than to send a text that doesn't achieve increasing her sense of urgency. Does that make sense? Let's see. So you think their husbands were cheating too? It doesn't matter if I think their husbands were cheating too. Their husbands cheating too doesn't somehow now justify the fact that they got cheated on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they were cheating or not. They're unskilled. That's how their wives got e-banged. That's simple. E-banged. Again, people try to make cheating a fucking moral issue or a spiritual thing. No, it's very simple. Women cheat when they don't feel safe in the relationship anymore. Like, whether they cheated or not doesn't matter. They didn't feel safe with their husbands. Simple as that. Let's see. How are you so good at behavior? That was good analysis. Practice. What is the best way to teach my little sister how to navigate the dating scene? She's 16, by the way. Shit. It's a good question. How do you tell a 16-year-old? I feel like it has to start from 12 years old. You got to start prepping them really young. 16, if she doesn't know certain things, she's already, sitting duck. For real. She's fucked. Literally.
Probably.
But yeah, listen. Okay, let's address something, because I feel like we need to address this first. This is your sister we're talking about, right? Not your wife. Don't worry about her dating experience as much as you are right now. Let's get that out the way. You might be that overly concerned helicopter brother that's hovering over her, and that does nothing but ruin her experience. You need to let her get out there and make her mistakes. Especially now, she's 16. The mistakes she'll make with guys around her age, right? 16 to 18, whatever. Kids. Let them make their mistakes. You don't want her being naive going into her 20s. That's when shit gets crazy for women. When they start approaching those prime years, you don't want her naive by the time she gets there. So, I would say, tell her to just give her the cliche, goofy advice you hear in the movies. Follow your heart. All that goof. Because if you're trying to give her skill, technique right now, first of all, she's not even going to see the value in it. She's 16, dude. She just wants to have fun, fall in love, and give a guy her heart. You know what I mean? So, just let her go make her mistakes. You'll have another conversation with her when she turns 19, 20. And go, okay, what have you learned? What have you done? Okay, cool. Here are all the adjustments you now need to make. Right? That's how it should be done. But, again, be careful about your interference with her dating life. That'll fuck it up for her. On top of that, I don't give a fuck that you're her big brother. If you're not qualified to give her advice on dating, then shut the fuck up. What's your dating life looking like? What have you done? What bitches you got? If you suck at dating, you don't get to try to protect someone else from dating. Stop it. I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying if that's the case, fucking watch yourself. All right. Let's see advice. Let's see. So I decided how. I'm not gonna read that. About to go for a job interview. How should I approach it? You ask the interviewer more questions than they ask you. Don't sit there and act like a fucking idiot happy to get a job. Ask them questions that let them know that you're trying to see if the job is a good fit for you. That's how you become the interviewer. That's what my entire course is about. Changing the entire context, flipping the script, holding the frame. When I go to interviews, I sit like this. Literally. When was the last job interview I went on? Like 4 years ago? But I don't do this here. I don't this like nice contrite shit. I don't do that. I go in there and I relax. Okay, how long have you been working here? What's the whole thing like? What's this company about? Okay, what kind of competition do you have in the marketplace? Oh, all right. I literally look around till I'm like, oh, okay. And what's the work environment here like? What are the people like? What's the synergy? Oh, interesting. How the times work for, clocking in, all that good stuff? Literally ask them, and then literally ask them to take you on a tour in the office or wherever. Like, okay, so now that we're at this point, okay, let me, just to make sure, because, I don't want to waste your time. I want to know this place is a good fit for me. You mind if we go on a little tour just for me to get a good idea of what's going on here? And then you'll be surprised how serious, right away, they take you seriously, they start showing you everything, they start trying to impress you. I've done it to where I've had the guy sit on my chair and I was sitting on his chair at the end of it. Not even kidding. Like, I just sat on his chair, like, went on the fucking tour, came back to his office. I went and sat on his chair, sat on my chair, and I'm like, oh yeah, so talking about salary. That's how you do it. And that's how every date should go. That's how every fucking sales call, fucking presentation, whatever the fuck you want to do, where it comes to persuading others, the most important thing is holding the frame. You're the one that's getting impressed here, not the other way around. You're not going there to be the best dancing monkey ever. You're going there to see if they're a good fit for you. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Got this girl that has circled me for years, but is always in a relationship with the same dude. Finally got a chance to isolate. We made out. Attraction level was super high. The mistakes I made is that I didn't prioritize smashing when I had a small window. Now she's kind of unreachable. I've investigated, but haven't been able to catch the rhythm with her lately. Any advice? You're wasting your time. You're the guy she runs to for some quick validation outside of her relationship when her boyfriend isn't making her feel too special. That's your job. And I feel like to some degree, if you're a boyfriend out there, you gotta just let that happen. It's whatever. Let them have their little side quests, but you're not the main guy. You're the backup. You're not important in the story. You're the extra. I'm sorry. If you want to become the main guy, it's possible, but you haven't conducted yourself like the main guy, which is why you're not getting treated like him. Right? Even look at the way you're talking. The small window of opportunity I had. You think the main guy talks like that? Small window of opportunity? Like, no, he's the fucking main guy. Every day is the window of opportunity for him. It's not even a window. It's a fucking gaping hole. It's a giant hole in the wall. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, just change your behavior. Change your approach to her. And stop worrying about your next opportunity with her whenever she'll come around next. When you stop worrying, she'll start worrying more. Okay? How can you bounce back from not keeping your word to your girl and yourself? Very good question. I'm going to need to know the context, though. Because, depending on what you did and how you went about conducting yourself, the advice is going to be very different. And I'm not going to give you generalized advice. There's no generalized advice for that. So you got to be very specific when you tell me what exactly you did. I want to know. Okay? and I cannot even find good content directed to women. Oh, are you a chick looking for dating advice and stuff? I'll be spitting bars here. You can join in, whatever. Okay, then any people or books on persuasion, since debate books aren't important. Literally read anything in the NLP field. I think NLP is one of the most fundamental, most foundational skills for persuasion in general, because it makes you understand how people absorb information. So go and read up anything at all on neurolinguistic programming. The Basics of NLP is a good book to start with. Okay. Let's see. A lot of people can't understand my POV. Why are they dumb? They're not dumb. You suck at communication. If they can't understand your point of view, it's because you are not doing a good job of really communicating your point of view. They're not dumb. You suck. Improve your communication skills. All right? Or you're not liking her like that. Women generally can't take getting rejected lightly or delays. Yes, that's very true. Women suck at getting rejected. Women suck at getting rejected.
You think I've ever been rejected?
You're really gonna sit here and act tough?
I've never been. Sorry. It's the truth.
You see what they do? They convince themselves it's never happened. Which is, honestly...
I've never been stupid enough to go for somebody that I get rejected by. I know when someone's into me and I'm not going to go for them if they're not into me, if that makes sense.
You're talking about like first initial, like when you meet someone for the first time. I'm talking about rejected at all.
Oh.
Exactly. How often did I tell you now? Average of what? Yeah, exactly. Anyway. That's why I even said that women don't take rejection lightly. It's so funny. Yeah, you should see her, man. It's funny. You see one of those videos of those chicks crying about Kamala Harris losing? Yeah. Anyway.
Not a tear.
Not a tear. Let's see. Not liking her, women, I read that one. How the Bible is really connected to everything. Yeah, we can talk about that. Why not? A way works since she still has attraction. The wolf is attractive, right? What are we talking about? Are we talking about the wolf in terms of like my science of breakup course? We gotta talk about something that people can like readily identify right now, because I'm not about to go into that kind of explanation for random viewers that just popped in. I'm here for the Balthazar videos. Gee, really? Go to Twitter, man. Y'all stop bothering me. Go to Twitter. Go to X. Twitter is apparently a fucking corn site now. Go to X. Let's see. Why do you believe in God? Is there a benefit besides the spiritual one? Does there need to be? There doesn't need to be a benefit besides the spiritual one. It doesn't need to be. But calm and certainty in spirituality gives you calm and certainty everywhere else, if that's what you're asking. I've never really met a person that doesn't have that side of their life sorted out and have all the other sides of their life sorted out. It doesn't really exist. Spiritual centeredness is the ultimate form of, consciousness, awareness, as we call it. So yeah. Bro, I struggle with standards. I compromised a lot that ended my last relationship. Okay, I'm happy you've noticed that. Now go ye therefore and stop being a bitch. Next time you're met with two choices, either compromise or don't, choose the no compromise option. Okay? Women are delusional when it comes to guy friends. They like to think of love in a Disney Channel type of way. Yeah. Yes, they do.
What are these attacks on me today?
Nah. If anything, I took you out of that, so it's fine. I'm not really talking about you in this instance. Have you seen women's reaction to Trump's election? They still try to shame men. I find that very interesting. I mean, don't get it. Listen, when you watch those videos, understand that is a small percentage of women. The majority of women are a lot more reasonable than that. I want to let you know. All right, this is not a representation of all women. These are a small number of goofy bitches on the internet that happen to know how to use TikTok. All right, that's one. Two, that shows you what they think men are and how they think they should communicate with men. If the only way a woman can think to communicate with a man is to shame, emasculate, and fault him for everything, that tells you what their relationship with men is like. I'm pretty sure that's not someone you want in your life, right? Okay then. What's my number one rule for dealing with women that you don't like? You don't. It's that simple. Stop dealing with women you don't like or find attractive. Simple as that. Ignore them. Okay? They don't exist. That's some same shit that happened to me with my ex. I don't know what we're talking about there. Can you repeat the IG? What are we talking about? I slide in. I have plans for us. They say what? I hope you. Didn't I read that already? He's different indeed. Is this guy African? Very. What do you think of Napoleon Emperor? Babe, who's Napoleon Emperor? I know Napoleon Hill. Are you talking about Napoleon Bonaparte? Napoleon Bonaparte. Is that the one you're talking about? There's a few Napoleons apparently. Turns out a few too many. Let's see. Destroy yourself to build yourself type shit. I'm giving my friend money every time I miss MMA lessons. Is it good exercise for more discipline? Oh, absolutely. That's actually a really good. That's how we used to do with pickup back in the day. Every girl you don't approach, you give your friend $10. You know, the broker you get, the more girls you're motivated to approach. I think TikTok took my question away, but when are you dropping actual hypnosis? Hush. That's supposed to pop up on you guys when I pop it on you guys. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show. Anyway, I started sleeping with other girls and told my girlfriend she ended up. Oh, okay, good. This is a great question. I started sleeping with other girls and told my girlfriend, and she ended up cheating. Do I just get a new girlfriend? You're a piece of shit, though. Why did you sleep with other girls when that wasn't the original arrangement? I keep telling you guys, like, deal with multiple women, sure. But you gotta do this shit correctly. If the agreement you had in the beginning of the relationship was that you were going to be exclusive, you don't get to just spring that shit up on a bitch. That's weird. You're going back on your word. That makes you dishonest. That makes you indisciplined. That makes you a piece of shit. Now, if you just started from the beginning and told her I'm gonna fuck other bitches and she agreed, that's one thing. But you're just gonna spring it up on the bitch? You're wrong for that. You're wrong for that. You're wrong for that. Now, and by the way, this has nothing to do with the girl herself. I don't really care. I'm talking about you. What you're teaching yourself when you go back on your own word like that. Isn't it just better to be honest from the jump? Right? So, think about that. On top of that, her cheating back, again, am I surprised? No. That's your fault. You did that. You gave her the license. And mind you, she's not happy that she had to do that. People think about, I love it when women try to threaten guys with like, I'm going to cheat back. You think women want to do that shit? Huh? You think they're happy with trying to use their vaginas as weapons? They don't like that shit. They're not dudes. She just did a vagina pew pew. That's funny. But no, they're not dudes. They're not dudes. They don't like that. That doesn't feel good for them. Rather makes them feel like objects, really, which they really try to avoid. Not that they can escape it anyway, but you get the point. So, yeah, you messed up there, my friend. Be more disciplined than that, please. More discipline. What skill and safety are you talking about? Is it just tension and validation? Skill and what were we talking about there? I think I want to date or be fair hit both. Pretty face, okay. I prefer a big booty though, okay. So big booty has tons of guy friends. So okay, I see. So you have a girl you call pretty face. You have another girl you call big booty. Sounds like a very solid. Wait, why are we choosing between the two though?
I was just gonna say drop her and get a combo.
Of both type shit, or have a threesome. Like, don't listen to her. She doesn't get it. She wants just get one. No. Join all of them. In fact, get another one with just fat titties, no ass. Then get another one with no ass, no titties. Like, mix and match, my friend. What's that restaurant that does mix and matches? What's it called? Which one am I hearing the commercial? Mix and match. I can't remember. Is it Wingstop? Mix and match Wingstop style, whatever. But yeah, okay. You like big booty. You prefer Nyash. Good. See how she knows how to say Nyash now? You prefer Nyash. Nyash man. But pretty face is a distraction, is what I'm hearing. She has not initiated a meetup. She greets me some mornings and seems to want me. Can I get a definite or semi-sure way to know? Pretty face just wants love, attention, and care. Oh, okay. Big booty wants something else. I haven't figured that out yet. Has father issues though. Okay. Also, pretty face can't communicate effectively. Answered all questions from my perspective, and now she claims she wants my friend. Wow. I just think she wants to date me, or at least willing. Big booty introduced us, and she stated a lot. She wants to know when I meet pretty face. Okay. You're giving me a lot of useless information though. I don't care about none of this. None of this matters. Which one have you fucked? Let's start with that. All right. Which one have you actually had sexual relations with? Let's start there. There's a lot of useless information there. Which one? Okay, let me ask you this. Which one have you slept with, or sexually escalated with to some degree? And then, which one have you made more progress with in that area? That's what'll tell me everything I need to know. Let me see. Where is this course at? The interview, link in bio. Go up there, link in bio. Is your knowledge based on experience or books or both? Both and mentors. So 3 things, 3 sources. You said you can become the Nigerian mustache man. How do I become one too? Maybe hearing this shit. On the lives we call this guy Mustache Man. The Austrian painter. And I said in a live recently, I said, I can very easily become the Nigerian version of that if I allowed myself to. And now he's asking, how do I become that? So my question to you is it reckless of me to answer that question?
Mm-hmm. Don't ever give away yourself.
But that's all I do here, though. That's all I do here.
Some of them need to be kept to ourselves.
So this is what you are going to do. Okay. I'll give you a general outline. You go figure out the rest. I'll give you the skeleton. You go put some meat on the bones, all right? First things first. Learn how to speak to... I probably have to say this in my own accent. Learn how to speak to Nigerians in a very clear and concise way. The simpler, the better. If you know how to speak Yoruba or Pidgin, this is going to help you a lot because you want to attract primarily the South. The South is going to help you to dominate the North, right? The North has more numbers, but they don't have as much in terms of like power, infrastructure, and wealth. Oh, actually, they probably have more wealth, but they don't have as much in educated number of people in terms of illiteracy rates, right? So you need to get the South on your side. Speak Yoruba, speak English, speak Pidgin, you're fine. That's 1. 2, do not go the traditional politics route. Don't go and run for something, go and do this, go and do that. No. What you want to become is the person that speaks directly into the ears of the politicians. So if you can become a spiritual leader, that's a good way to go about it. You don't want to be president. You want to become the personal pastor of the president. That's 2. 3, and probably the hardest part of this entire plan. You have to find a way to get Nigerians to make a major change on your behalf. Something that when they do it, it will be very painful, but once they are done doing it, they become loyal fans of you, you know, and they will attribute that change to you. It can be something small, but it can be something massive. Why do you think Tinubu is trying to change Anthem? You think that's by accident? He's not doing it well, though. You know, T-Pain is not going about it the correct way, but he has the right idea, and that is the idea. Okay, so, you know, that's all you need to know. I gotta drop that one real quick. Increase the interview price to 1K, bro. I think it's time. Bet. That's a bet. Let's see. This girl's a fearful avoidant, still healing from a breakup, was really into me, but lost trust in me. I keep telling you guys, this attachment styles are not as permanent as you think they are. They're not real. They're dependent on the guy they're in front of and the behavioral changes that, you know, the guys themselves have. If a girl is acting fearful, avoidant towards you, all that tells me is that she doesn't like you enough. You're not important enough to her. Because while she's being fearful, avoidant towards you, there's a guy that she's being overly attached to. Like insecure, attached, or whatever the hell the name is. Anxious attached, is that the name? I was honest about sleeping with other girls beforehand, but she still ended up cheating. Oh, okay, if that's the case, you probably just imploded the relationship. You didn't give her enough comfort. That's usually what happens. You probably just, you know, kept doing your thing, and then eventually she was like, I can't keep this guy around. I'm going to go fuck some other guy to make myself feel better. It happens, whatever. It's all good. Make her pay a price, make her come back, whatever. You'll be fine. Let's see. This girl's already read that one. Valid read. I'm not worried about her, though. Just another fly girl among many. Type shit. Now we on no contact, can't be trusted. Oh, I already read that one too. Didn't I? Oh, I already answered that question. You're fine. I've heard you make good points about astrology. What do you think about spirit animals or totems? There's a lot of different kind of spiritual beings. Like the spiritual world is even more complex than the physical. Aligning yourself with certain spiritual animals is it's like getting a pet in the physical world. It's really not as big a deal as people think it is. Totems are kind of the same thing. It's like, I mean, it's all right. You could send your dog to go fetch for you, but at the end of the day, it's still a dog. It's not as intelligent as you might like it to be. You know what I mean? Let's see. What do you make women do to service you? Anything I want, anything I feel like at the time. It really depends. You gotta be creative. What do you want? Don't ask me what I get. Figure out what do you want? What do you want? And be creative too. Like, be selfish, be greedy. Really think outside the box. Anything. How do you enroll in your mentorship program? Links in the bio, guys. All those things you're looking for, joining my private community, scheduling a call with me, getting the interview, links are in my bio. Just click on my link tree. It'll take you to all those things. Let's see. You just ignored my epistles. My bad. But I just need just the main points. I'm 30. I have no game. Where do I start? You need to approach every woman you see and talk to them. Literally. And just embarrass yourself. Like, walk outside and tell yourself, I'm going to embarrass myself today in front of a bunch of women. And just do that for the next month. Just to get it out your system. Because you're starting at such a deficit, you have to put in so much more effort to get out of there. Right? It's like, if you're in an ankle deep pool, the amount of force you need to jump out of there with your 2 feet is a lot less than if you were like knee deep or waist deep. You see what I'm saying? So effort, maximum effort. Momentum is on your side. Go for it. You said you can. I already read that one. Drop Dark Game. Hell no. I gotta go soon, guys. We went on a trip and I hurt her best friend by mistake when we were driving a scooter. She lost trust. No, I mean, it's not the trust that she lost. It's not like, again, you're misdiagnosing your problem. if you're riding on a scooter and you hurt her best friend, it's not a lack of trust she now has in you. It's a lack of attraction she now has from your incompetence. You see the point? You have essentially, how do you say that, babe? What's the thing they say when you give a guy gives you the, no, when you lose attraction for a guy, there's a word they use. Ick. That was it. Thank you. You gave her the ick. That's what you did. You gave her the ick. What do? You have to do something to show her that you have some fucking competence in you, by God. I don't know what that's going to be, right? You probably have to, play a whole concert with your teeth on the guitar. I don't know. But, okay, maybe not that. But you get the point. You showed immaturity and incompetence. Show competence, you should be fine. Let's see. There's a combo already. Big T, no A is my main. Oh, I see. I feel you. I feel that. Big tits, no ass is the main type shit. I feel that. Do you think the black Americans deserve reparations? I mean, let me put it like this. As an African immigrant in America, I can tell you for a fact I'm getting reparations. It's like the reparations exist. You just gotta go get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta go get it. It's not a matter of, if you're waiting for someone to give it to you, that's where you're fucking up. The opportunity's out there. You can go get your fucking reparations. But you gotta go get it, though. You feel me? You don't wait for anyone to, hand you shit. Bless you, babe. I was honest about sleeping. Oh, I already read that one. Oh, you've had it with both. Okay, good. Now we're getting far. But more progress with BB. Okay, that makes sense. So it sounds like you're having more issues with the pretty face chick. But the issues you have with pretty face don't really come from a lack of compliance on her part. It just sounds like you can't give her what she wants. So you have two options. Leave her alone or adjust her expectations. It just sounds like you're not being honest with these women. You have to be honest with them. All your problems you have with both of them, BB and PF, they really come from just you not being honest enough, okay? Let's see. All right, I think I'm gonna bounce. This is it. I'm out of here. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. All those things you guys want, the interview, self-belief, joining my private community, all that good stuff, link in the bio. If you're seeing this on YouTube, hi. Like, subscribe, all that crazy stuff. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. It's been Jace, your favorite scientist. Do with all this information
what you must.
What you must.